So in the previous session, we have discussed about the various releases offered by Salesforce, and we have discussed the release names and how frequently Salesforce is providing the new releases to their customers on free of cost, and how can we check the release dates and the timings also by using status.salesforce.com website. And we have discussed about the various servers maintaining by Salesforce as part of infrastructure, which can be used to allocate the memory space for the various customers. That Salesforce is not only offering the ready-made application CRM, they are offering a platform also. Through the platform, the customers can build their own custom applications based on the business needs. It may be banking, finance, insurance, healthcare, pharmaceutical, any kind of applications the customer can build based on their business needs. Once the application has been built, in order to deploy the application, in order to install that application, whatever the server resources are required, those server resources also we can access from Salesforce on rental basis. So Salesforce is offering infrastructure services also to their customers on rental basis. So in order to offer the infrastructure services, Salesforce provides the various servers in different regions. So basically, Salesforce business has been spread across to 3 different regions. First one, North America region. Second one, Europe region. Third one, Asia Pacific region. These are the 3 regions where exactly the Salesforce business has been spread across. In each region, Salesforce maintains various servers in order to allocate the required amount of memory to the customers so the customer can install their applications inside that memory space. The customer can store their data, their documents, files, records, everything will be resides inside that Salesforce server. So that the customer no need to maintain their own physical infrastructure, they can take that infrastructure resources from Salesforce on rental basis. So they're maintaining the various servers. In each server, they're having some huge memory spaces available. From that memory space, Salesforce is allocating some amount of memory space for each and every customer whenever a customer showed interest to utilize Salesforce services. Now, so yesterday we have discussed how Salesforce is allocating the memory space and what are the various servers are available in each region, how to check those servers information, their status information, maintenance calendar also, everything we have discussed in the previous session. Okay, clear up to this one or any questions?
Firoz, I have one question. You said about release note. Where do we check this release note? You were referring to status.salesforce there only. That is what the release note meant.
So if you want to check the release note will be available inside that salesforce.com website, and just we can go to salesforce.com website. From there we can access this release note document.
Okay, it is not something which you showed in status.
Right. That is not different. This is completely different.
Okay, that you didn't show us, Firoz.
We'll see. We will see that.
Okay, and one other question. In this region-wise,
No more?
EMEA, 3 regions you said. So if I belong to maybe India, so if I show interest, then it will be server space will be allocated in the AP region.
Yes. Now, let's see. Yesterday we have discussed that Salesforce maintains various servers in each and every region. So in North America region, we are having various servers NA02, NA226, In Europe region, we are having the servers from EU0 to EU48. And in Asia Pacific region, we are having the servers from AP0 to AP28. These are the various server numbers are available. That already told you, whenever a customer showed interest to utilize Salesforce services, Salesforce is not providing a dedicated server to each customer. Dedicated server means separate server. Okay, dedicated server means separate server. Salesforce won't offer a dedicated server for each and every customer. Salesforce maintains a shared infrastructure. Instead of allocating a separate server for every customer, which will be increasing the huge investment, for that reason, Salesforce maintains their own server. In that server, they are going to be allocating some amount of memory space to that customer. For the customer one, they're allocating some amount of memory. For the customer two, they're allocating some amount of memory. For the customer three, some different amount of memory. For the customer four, different amount of memory. Like that, Salesforce is keep on allocating the memory space for each and every customer inside that server. So within a single server, Salesforce people are reserving the memory space for 8,000 customers. That means 8,000 customers' applications, documents, files, records, everything will be getting resides inside a single server. Now, so now in this case here, whenever customers showed interest, Salesforce is reserving the memory space, right? Now this allocation of this memory space process is called as what? Allocation of this memory space process is called as what? Creating a Salesforce.com organization or Salesforce.com org, or simply we can call it as Salesforce account. Okay, now the allocation of this memory process is called as creating a Salesforce.com organization or simply org, or this is also called as a Salesforce account. Okay, now so now, when coming to that organization, each organization will have its own unique memory space will be available. Each organization will be having its own unique identification number is also available. So which we can use to identify each and every organization uniquely inside the server. So every organization will be having a unique identification number that is called as organization ID, which is an 18 characters alphanumerical number generated by Salesforce, which will be unique across all the region servers. So once an organization ID has been generated, the same ID will not be repeating by the Salesforce in the entire lifetime. In the entire lifetime, this same ID will not be repeating with the Salesforce again. That's how they have configured this organization IDs. Okay. Now, let's say in this case here, you can raise a question. Here we are having few more points are available. Let me cover those 5 points today, and then we'll move forward to that. Okay, new features. Now, so come to a small question here. You can raise the question, sir. For example, assume that today I showed interest to utilize Salesforce services. Salesforce people are creating some organization for me inside that server. Assume that I'm the customer one for North America region server NA0. I'm the customer one. For this customer, okay, for me, Salesforce people has created a Salesforce.com organization. This is my organization ID here. Now, assume that for me, Salesforce has allocated some 10 GB of memory space. Salesforce has allocated 10 GB of memory space. So from there onwards, keep on I'm storing some data, my sales data, marketing data, service data, products data, leads data, everything. I'll keep on storing so much information inside my memory space. That means inside my organization. If I keep on storing the data inside my organization, at a certain point of time, whatever the 10 GB of space has been given by Salesforce, this 10 GB will be getting full. Okay, whatever the 10 GB of space that we have, that 10 GB of space will be getting full. Then what we can do? If the allocated memory space has been full, then what can I do? Do I need to stop my business?
We
I think
can
we need to
buy
No.
more
purchase
space.
Then what can I
extra
do?
GB.
We can purchase by more
Do
space.
I have any possibility to extend that memory space or not? If yes, how?
Yes, we need to enhance our account type.
Now, in this case, whatever the 10 GB of memory space has been allocated by Salesforce, if this 10 GB of space has been full, if you want some more additional memory space, if you want 10 more GB additionally to store some more data, then we can contact Salesforce, make some additional payment. Salesforce is expanding that memory space also. So whatever the 10 GB has been given by Salesforce, if this 10 GB is full, we can expand the memory space by contacting Salesforce by making some additional payment also. By paying some additional amount to Salesforce, we can expand that. Now, there is a possibility of expansion here. Now, so I can able to expand that memory space to 10 more GB additionally. So totally 20 GB space will be available here. So now tell me in this case, whatever the 10 additional GB memory space allocated by Salesforce, where it will allocate? In the same server or in a different server? Hmm. Same server.
In a
Now in this case, this server is already full, right? Then how Salesforce will allocate this memory space? Will it be allocating in the same server or different server? If it is
sir
in the
in
same
same
server, how?
in same server, sir, because only 8,000 organizations are full. The not for memory.
Now, so now here in this case, let's see. Whenever Salesforce is maintaining their own server, for each server, Salesforce is having some buffer space. For every server, Salesforce is maintaining a buffer space. This organization count is fixed. That means 8,000 organizations will be fixed. Now, still, they will be having some buffer memory space will be available in each and every server. In each and every server, some buffer memory space will be available. Because they know, Salesforce people will know, today we are allocating 10 GB of space for this customer. Definitely after 1 year or after 2 years, for this customer, this 10 GB will be getting full. Definitely he will be expecting some more additional space also. So we have to expand his memory space as well. For that reason, for each server, Salesforce is going to be having some buffer space. From this buffer space, they're allocating some memory space also for that customer. Now, for example, so for me, they have allocated initially 10 GB space has been given by Salesforce here. Now today, I want some more 10 GB additionally, so we can contact Salesforce. We can pay some additional amount. Salesforce is going to be expanding that memory space for you. So they will be allocating some more additional memory space for this particular customer here, 10 GB again here. Okay, so now 10 more GB will be allocated for that organization one. Like the similar way, organization 2 wants 10 GB additionally here. For that organization 2, they will allocate some more additional space. For organization 3, they want 10 more GB additionally here. So for that one, they're allocating some memory space. For organization 4, 10 GB additionally. For organization 5, 10 GB additionally. For the organization 6, 10 GB additionally. Like that, here they keep on expanding the memory space for the customers whenever they need of some additional memory storage. So whenever the customer needs some additional storage space, they can contact Salesforce, pay the additional amount, they can expand the memory space so they can store their own data as well here again. Now, here you can raise a question also. So whatever the buffer space that we have, suppose if you keep on allocating the memory space for that customers additionally, whatever the buffer space that we have inside the server, at a certain point of time, that buffer space also will full. Okay, that buffer space also full. Assume that whatever the buffer space that we have in this NA0 server, this buffer space is full. Now, today, customer 2 expects some more 10 more GB additionally, but we don't have any more space over here. This server is already full. Buffer space is full. Then what can I do now? Can I inform to my customer, boss, we don't have any additional memory space to allocate to you, so please stop your business. Can I inform to my customer? No. Then in this case here, Salesforce is going to be keep on expanding the buffer space. Whatever the buffer space they are expanding that buffer space. From that additional buffer space, they are going to be allocating some more additional memory space to that customer. That means always they will make sure that one customer's data will be available within a single server itself. A customer data will be always available inside a single server. Okay, the customer data will not be splitting to some different servers here. Now, why? Now let me explain. Suppose, for example, you can raise a question, sir, why they are allocating this memory space in the same server? Why not in the second server over here? Because in the second server, there is a buffer space is available, so why can't we allocate there? Of course, we can do that. But in this case, what will happen? So now, till now, whatever the data the customer has stored that is available inside this NA0 server. From now onwards, whatever the data they are going to store additionally, that data will be storing inside this NA1 server. That means some data will be available in NA0 server, some data is available inside that NA1 server. Now tell me in this case, upon searching the data in one server is easy, searching the data in two servers are easy. One server is easy. Okay, now searching the data in one server is very, very easy. That's what here to make that performance will be improved. Okay, to make that performance will be improved. The customer should not face any performance issues. For that reason, always Salesforce is making sure one customer data will be always available inside a single server itself. So that here, whenever they need some additional memory space, if the buffer space is full, Salesforce is keep on expanding the buffer space also over here. From that buffer space, they're allocating some additional space to that customers as well. Clear? Understood the concept now? Now, now in this case here, you can raise one more question also. Sir, if Salesforce is keep on expanding the buffer space to allocate some additional storage space to the customer, will it be impacting on the server performance or not? Yes. Initially, we are having 8,000 customers are available. They're having very less data, so the server will be giving very faster performance. From there, keep on we are expanding the memory space for the customer. At a certain point of time, buffer space are also has been full. We have expanded the buffer space now to allocate some more additional space to my customer. If you keep on storing some more data inside the server, will it be impacting on the performance of my server or not? Yes, definitely it will be impacting. That's what here, when coming to the Salesforce, for every 4 years, Salesforce is upgrading the hardware of that each server. For every server, whatever the hardware that we have, that hardware that keep on upgrading to maintain the same speed over here. The customer should not face any performance issues. Whatever the speed the server is giving in the initial days, okay, at the last day also it will be having that same speed over here. The customer should not face any performance issues. So that for every 4 years, Salesforce is keep on upgrading the hardware of that server so that they can maintain the same speed for this each and every server to avoid the performance issues. Okay, understood the concept now? Now, so now here in this case here. So these are the various servers are available. NA0 server, NA1 server, and then NA2, like that NA226 servers are available here. In Europe region also we are having various servers. In Asia Pacific region also we have the various servers are available here. Okay, now come to a small scenario. In the entry point of view, they will raise the questions. Okay, in the entry point of view, they will raise a question. Now let's see. For example, we have this organization one. Okay, I'm belongs to the organization one. That means I'm the customer one. So now my data is available where inside that NA0 server. Okay, NA0 server or AP24 server or EU24 server, whatever. Now I'm having my Salesforce organization. Inside this organization, I'm having my application is available, my data, my records, files, everything is available. Today morning at 2 o'clock, I tried to access my application. Today early morning at 2 o'clock, I tried to access my application. I'm unable to access. Today early morning at 2 o'clock, I tried to access my application. But during that time, I'm unable to access the application. It is showing some error message. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why. So immediately, I have raised a complaint here. Immediately, I have raised a case. So now, I'm unable to access the application morning at 2 o'clock. So now that case has been assigned to a service team member here. That case has been assigned to a service person. Assume that I'm the service person over here. Now, how can we check it out? What is the problem here? Is the problem is from the Salesforce server side? Is the problem is from the customer end? How can we check it out? Why the customer is unable to access my application early morning at 2 o'clock here? Now the time is, for example, some okay morning 9 o'clock here. Assume that just now I came to the office. Now one of my case service manager has assigned that case to me. Today morning 2 o'clock we got a case from a customer. So now he tried to access the application morning at 2 o'clock, but he is unable to access. So he has raised a complaint here. Now please check it out. What is the issue and update to the customer over here. Is it a problem from Salesforce server side or is it a problem from the customer end? Now, how can we check it out? How can we fix this issue? This kind of questions are very, very common in the interview point of view. How can we trace it out? How can we troubleshoot these kind of issues? In this case, if you want to verify, okay, if you want to verify the server status, that means first of all, we need to check. Maybe there is an issue from the Salesforce server side, we don't know. Okay, we need to check that server status here, morning at 2 o'clock. Where we can check the Salesforce server status here? Status.salesforce.com here. Okay, status.salesforce.com. Assume that my organization is available in the AP24 server or AP26 server, NA70 server, whatever, anything here, whatever it might be. Now we need to go to that status.salesforce.com. Inside that, we can check that server status. Now you can raise a question, sir, in status.salesforce.com website, we can check the current status of that Salesforce server. Not only current status, we can check the last 7 days historical status also, we can check it out. In the last 7 days, what is the server issues, what is the server performance, everything we can check it out at one place also by using the same website here. Let me show you with the practical. Now, let's go to that status.salesforce.com website. So go to this status.salesforce.com website. Assume that my organization is available inside the server that is AP24. Now, how can we go to that server number AP24 now? From here, how can we go to that? Click on Salesforce services. Or else, if you know the server number, directly we can type that server number here also. We can type that server number here itself also. Search for the server also, click on search button here. Or else we can click on Salesforce services. Now click on Salesforce services. Go to that server number. What is that server number now? AP24. Now let's go to that AP24 server. This is the AP24 server. Now it is indicating a green color tick mark. What it indicates now? Server is available. That means what? Server is running fine now. There is no issue. That means this is the current status. But I don't want the current status. I want to check the status of early morning 2 o'clock. Now, so let's click on this server number AP24. Now it is indicating this. The current status of this server here. It is indicating the current status tab. Now we can check that the overall server status is up and running fine right now. In this server, core services are working very fine. Search functionality working very fine. Analytics features are working very fine. Live agent is working fine. CPQ and the billing, Einstein bots, communities, Salesforce CDP, Service Cloud Voice, Salesforce CMS, B2B, Salesforce order management, and then B2B and the B2C. All these features are working very fine, no issue. But this is the current status, but I don't want the current status early mornings, 2 o'clock status I want. For that one, we have an option called as history. Okay, click on history tab here. By using this history tab, we can check the last 7 days historical status of your server also. Now click on history. Now, so now here we can decide that. Okay, how frequent data you would like to check it out now. Now we can verify that here. Here we are having 3 options. You want to check the last 24 hours status, or last 3 days status, or the last 7 days status. Depends upon the requirement. Now we can verify that. Last 24 hours status over here. Now, excuse me. Last 24 hours status over here. Now we can able to check that status. Now it is indicating that completely green color. Completely green color. That means what? There is no issue inside the server over here. In the core services, there is no issues. All the servers, all the features are working very fine over here. So now this is from last 24 hours. This is the last 24 hours status. Now, in this case, suppose for example, early morning 2 o'clock, if there is an issue is available, assume that this is the early morning 2 o'clock slot. Now, here from here to this one here, that means early morning 2 o'clock to 2:15 or 2:30, there is an issue is available inside the server, so it will be indicating with that the maintenance in the information also. It will be indicating the notation as well here. By using that notation, we can verify. So during this timings, there is an issue is available from Salesforce server. Because of that, you are unable to access our application. Suppose if there is no issue is available from the Salesforce side, then we can inform to the customer, maybe okay, from your end, there is some network issue is available. Because of that, you are unable to access your application. So from the Salesforce server side, no issue is available. Application is working very fine here. Okay, we can check that historical status also by using this status.salesforce.com. If you want to see the last 7 days of status here, we can check it out. Last 7 days here. Now the October 29 to till okay the November 3rd, we can able to check that historical status also. Last 7 days of status also we can check. So now there is no issues are available. If there is an issues available, orange color symbol will be visible to you over here. Let me check. Do we have any issue in any other servers? Let me check it out. Let me check some AP26. If there is an issues are available inside this server, how it will show? Okay, let's check. Last 7 days. In AP26 also no issues available. And then let me check NA71. If there is an issues inside this, here also no issues. Okay, the server is working very fine. No issues over here. 7 days also no issues. All the features are working very fine. Now let me check. Take one more server, some AP11. Last 7 days. Here also no issues. Servers are working very fine. AP20. No issues. If there is any issues are available, we can trace it out. And what is the issue? When the problem has been occurred, AP28, let me check. No. All the servers are working very fine, no issues. If there is any server is facing some issue, let me check it out now so that we can understand how can we check it out. No. All are working very fine. Let me check that Europe region, EU25. No. No issues. Let me check in some more servers here so that you will know how the server will be having that issues and how can we check it out. No. AP13. No issues over here. So all the servers are working very fine. No issues over here. All the servers are working very fine. No issues are available over here. If there is an issue is available, it will be indicating with an orange color symbol here. There is an issue is available inside that server, okay, from so and so time to so and so time. But all the servers are working very fine. There is no issues available here. That's what it is indicating completely with a green color, okay, row over here. Okay. Now, so in this case, we can check that server status here, not only checking the current